Let me share my screen. Can you see the screen, please?
Yes, sir.
So today we are going to understand the basic about the login process. Okay. So how to log in to SAP. Or we also say how to open the SAP. Okay. So let me type in big letter how to log into SAP. So whenever you join any company, you'll get the laptop or you'll get the desktop. So make sure that you get the SAP this option. Okay, this is known as a SAP GUI. This is known as a SAP GUI. This is the login option. Okay, this is known as SAP GUI. So SAP GUI option you should have. What is the GUI full form? Graphic User Interface. Okay. Make sure that you have this button. Okay. This button. Okay. You search by then SAP login. Okay. Search by SAP login. Then double click on this one. So it open like this. So again I am telling this SAP login. Okay. This icon is known as a SAP GUI we say. Okay. But from here only we do the login. So this either it will be here or it will be somewhere here. Okay. If nowhere it is there, then you go here. Okay. And you give SAP login like this. Search via SAP login. Then it will appear like this. Then double click either here or you click here and open it. It gets open like this. So sometime here nothing will be there, everything will be blank. What is this actually? So if you remember, I have taught you development server, quality server, production server, sandbox server. I have taught you. So these are the different server. So there will be many server available here. Wherever you'll join, there will be many server available here. So you have to ask your managers, your team members, what is your development server, what is your quality server, what is your production server, what is your sandbox server. You have to check with them. And this code you have to remember. This is known as system ID. Description can be anything, but you have to remember via this ID. If my manager is telling that S4H is my development server, then I must remember that S4H is my development server. So whenever you join any company, second thing you have to know, what are server or let's say what are system ID. Okay, so there they will tell, let's say S4Q is your, or let me put in this way, S4D is your development system. Okay, S4Q is your quality system. S4P is your production system. S4S is your, let's say, sandbox system. You have to know this one. This is very important. You should not ask again and again with your seniors or with your colleagues. Once you have to ask them these details. Okay. What is your development system? What is your quality system? What is your production system? What is your sandbox system? So they'll tell you. Okay. They will tell this kind of code. And in while being trained, you might have not, you generally people say like this, development system quality, they may not tell, they may tell like this, S4D is our development system, S4Q is my quality system, like this they will tell. That is how we communicate. So you must remember this code. Okay, you must remember this code, then only you'll get to know in which system you have to work. Okay, so this is the first very important. Sometime this server, it will not be set up here, nothing will be there. Okay, so observe first how it is set up. So click here, edit button. So this is how it is set up. This is your description. This is the application server ID. This is very important. Okay, this is the application server ID, and this is your instant number. This is your system ID. This will be given by the basis team. Let's say if nothing is configured here, then you just check in your colleague system how it is created. Okay, then just go here, new connection, then click on next, then you give here, give description, give application server ID, take from your colleague system, give the instant number, give the system ID. After giving, click next, then done. Then it will be configured. Okay, so you should know this how to configure, otherwise they will doubt you that you have really worked in SAP. So again I'm repeating, most of the time, by the time they give you computer, they'll give the laptop, all this will be available. Okay, if it is if it is implementation project, it may not be available because they might have not done the server setup in the beginning. Maybe only sandbox they have done the setup. So quality system, development system, production system may not be available unless you join during the configuration time. So maybe development is only set up, other systems are not set up. Whatever it is there, just you have to ask them what is their development system, what is their quality system, what is their production system, what is their sandbox system. That you must know. You should not blindly start the configuration in any system. You as a consultant should be very clear what is your sandbox system, what is your development system, what is your quality system, what is your production system. And they will be telling you. And always whenever you are searching the system, let's say here many will be there, okay, 200 300 also sometime will be there for different purpose, different system will be there. So it is always not good to know search by description. Always type here whichever system you want to open, just type that system ID. Let's say you want to, let's say I have here S4H is there, so I will type here S4H. So if it will automatically come here S4H. Okay, so you have to search via system ID. That is the reason this is given. Let's say you want to search S4S. If S4 is not there, it will not come here. S4S. So it is not there. Okay, so always search the system via this system ID. Okay, then only if it is not available, Either you have to configure it, just now how I have shown you. Either you have to configure it, or you have to talk to the security basis team. They will set up it. Okay, they will set up it. So this is your first job as a consultant, knowing what is your different system your client using. Okay, what is the sandbox system ID, what is the development system ID, what is the quality system ID, what is the production system ID. At least this much you must know. Very important. Okay, any doubt up to here? Anybody has anything to ask in this one? Anybody has anything
No,
to
sir.
ask? Are you clear, Samira?
Yes, sir, I'm clear.
So Samira, whenever you go and join any company, you'll get
Mm-hmm.
laptop. Okay,
Yes, sir.
you'll get the laptop. So whenever you get the laptop, obviously you have to make sure that your laptop is working fine. Then first thing you check either this SAP login option is available or not. So always search here SAP login. Okay, search like
Okay.
this. Then double click on this one. So it will open like this. So maybe all this will be blank. Nothing is pre-configured. If nothing is configured, then you have to first of all, whenever you log in, first point you have to ask with your colleagues, with your manager, whoever is there, what is my sandbox system name, what is my development system ID, what is my production system ID, what is my quality system ID, and many more. So they will tell you. Then you go here and check it, type it one by one. You type here and search it. Here description you'll get confused. Never go via description. Always search via this ID. So let's say they told yes for yes is your sandbox system, but when you're searching, it is not available here. So what you have to do, you have to talk to your colleague, your manager, sir. This system is not available in my login, GUI login or SAP login. Then they will tell that okay, you can refer someone system, someone a computer, and you can create. So how to create? Go to here, go to connection, go to next, and give here let's say sandbox system. So type here some description. This description you can type based on your understanding purpose, but this application server should be correct. Okay, let's say 123. It will not sometime accept randomly. So let me just take the screenshot. Let's say for sandbox system also, let's say this is the sandbox system application number. Okay, uh, application server system ID and instant. These are technical thing. You no need to know what is this, but you have to know what is what. So yes for yes will be there. Yes for yes. This let's say 00. Okay, now how you have to do? Go to here, go to connection, go to next, type here sandbox, give this application server, give here instant number 00, give 00, just for ID this one. Next, finish. See, sandbox is available now here. So like this you have to configure. Now CCT dummy I have given the server, it will not work. But whenever you go in the project, you have to give proper this application server, system ID and instant number for each system, for sandbox, for development, for quality, for production. But where you'll get this detail, you have to see in your colleague system how it is done. Okay. So same thing you can configure here. So now everything will be available here. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So this is very
Yes,
important.
sir.
Whenever you join any company, please make sure that you know basic. Basic, you know. Basic in a sense, you know how to add any system in the your SAP login. And you should know the basic question to ask. You must ask them what are the system ID is being used in the project. Meaning that what is the ID for your sandbox system, development system, quality system and production system. This you must mug up or you must note it down somewhere. The moment you join a client, you must note down this one. Again and again, you should not ask what is my development system, what is my quality system. You should note it down somewhere when they say. Okay. So this ID is important. This ID is important. It differs from client to client. If you are working for one client, for their sandbox system, they may name like this. Development system, they name like this. But if you go some other client, they may give some other name also. So it is not always same in all the customers. It differs from client to client. But whichever client you go and work, you must know the system ID. That is the basic thing. Otherwise, as a consultant, in which system will do the configuration without knowing? Let's say yet so many things are there. You don't know where to log in, on which you will click. There will be many, on which you will click and log in. So you should know it. I mean, second point, as a consultant, you should know how to raise SAP login access or user ID and password. Okay. Whenever you join any company, you have to either you or your manager will raise a request to the security team or basis team. Okay, basis team actually to create the user ID and password. Okay, so you have if your manager is telling that you please raise, then where you will raise? Okay, if your manager is only raising or your colleague is raising, that is okay. If they are not raising, they are asking you to follow the process and get the user ID and access. So you have to ask them if they have any user manual. Any user manual means any step by step document how to raise for new user ID. Okay, if they have, take it. If they don't have, then again uh, your manager will tell you connect to this person, he will help. So he will give some colleague name, connect to them. They will guide you how to raise the tickets for the access. So there will be multiple ticketing tool where you have to raise the access. Let's say you have to raise the access in the service now. So point number 2.1 is raise user access. That means new user. Raise ticket for new user ID from service now. Service now is known as a SNO. Okay, in shortcut. Service now. Then before raising, once you raise the ticket or before raising the ticket, sometime they may also ask you to take the approval from someone who is the owner for the system. Okay, so that also you can ask to your colleague, is there any approval required for raising the ticket, or is there any approval email required to attach in the ticket? So you have to ask the right question to your colleagues. Then they will tell, yes, please send email to this person and take the approval that you need a user ID in which system you need. That is also important. When you are raising the ticket, you must make sure that you must mention in that ticket for which system you are raising the access. Either you want user ID in this system, or in this system, or in this system, or in this system, or you need for every system. So that also you have to make sure that you are mentioning in that ticket. So now next is approval. If any approval email is required, please take the approval email. Okay, and attach in ticket. Otherwise, your base system will not give you user ID. Okay. Then 2.3, next point, always follow up. Follow up until you get the access. Follow up until you get the access. And do this thing very proactively. Okay. Otherwise, your manager, the first impression is the last impression, people say. Okay, so you show activeness that I'm very eager to get my access, I'm following up. You just try to tell that if I get early access, I'll start my work early, something you have to showcase, that these days promoting yourself is very important. Otherwise, you'll raise the access, you don't bother, either you're getting access or not, you're not following up. Your manager will think that you are not interested to work, or you are lazy, or you are not serious about the work. So always show in the meeting, or you ping to your manager, you tell them I have raised the request but I have not got the access, I'm following up, by when I'll get. So that enthusiasm, show them that interest. Okay, that is very important in corporate. You need to know little trick also to survive. Otherwise, you'll raise the ticket. Whenever manager is asking, Samira, you got the access? Yes, sir, I have raised the ticket. I'm waiting. Have you got any response? No, sir. I'm asking again. I'm telling follow up. Okay, sir, I will do it. Not like that. You have to only tell. So hi Hari sir, I raised the ticket. I'm following up, but I'm not getting access. Can you please look into it? If I get access, I can begin the work. Something like that you have to tell them. Okay, so manager will tell, yes, Samira is very proactive. She's very interested. So something like first impression is very important. I'm telling you, I've seen many managers behavior when clients are not proactive. So that's the reason I'm sharing all this thing with you. Okay, na?
Okay. Yes, sir.
You got it now what I'm trying to tell?
Yes.
Yeah. So this you have to get the user ID and access. Okay. And whenever you raise the new ticket, new user ID, you have to give one reference user ID also. You have to send one, you have to give one reference user ID also. So take your colleague user ID who has good access, who has all kind of access, who has proper authorization. You take the his or her user ID when you are raising for your user ID. So one reference user ID is also required. In that ticket you can mention, please give all roles and authorization from this user ID to my user ID. So they'll give you proper roles and authorization. So these are the few things you have to know. Why I'm mentioning here, because you should ask this question to them rather than blindly raising the tickets. So whenever you join, if they are not telling, you should tell them, I need my user ID and password. Okay, then they will tell this is the process. Then you have to also ask me, tell me who is the right reference user ID I can give to the basis team. They will tell, take his or her user ID. Your manager will tell. Okay, ask them which ticketing tool we are using for raising the user ID, any approval required or not. So all these questions you have to ask them, you have to tell them. Okay, whenever you raise the ticket, these are very important points in the project. Okay, so please take care of your user ID and password. And generally user ID, the basis person will send you user ID. Let's say he may share user ID with multiple. What I'm trying to tell, let's say when he's replying you saying that, hey Samira, this is your user ID, he may CC, he may send to me also, he can send to Samira also, he can send to Jitish also. But when he is replying the password, he will only reply to Samira. He will not mark us also in the email. He will not CC us in the email because because password is a very sensitive thing. So he will not reply to everyone. So when Samira is also replying for any concern with respect to password, only you reply to that person only. Don't reply to any other person, okay, in the email. Is it clear, Samira?
Yes, sir, it is.
Because password is very important, you should not
Yes,
share with anyone.
yes, sir.
Okay, so whenever you are communicating with basis guy, if your password is written in the email, it should be one to one, not one to many. So that you should take care, very important.
Okay.
Okay, it is very very important. um, I will tell you one scenario. One person was having some issue in his payroll login. Some payroll issue was there. What happened? He 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 extracted his payroll information and he attached in the ticketing tool. Ticketing only he attached. the, the ticket. Payroll information is very sensitive information, and it went
Yes.
to if to many people, and ultimately, almost he was about to be fired. So some
Oh,
information are very critical information. We need to be very careful. Like password. Password related information, you should not mark many people. It should be one-to-one communication in case you are communicating with the basis team. So these are the few points you must remember in the project for the user ID login. So they will give you uh, they will then they will create the user ID and password they will give you. And these days, not these days, since beginning, there are two way of login. There is something called single sign on and without single sign on. All these things you have to know while communicating. If you don't know, it become problem. Single sign on means, let me see if it is there. No. See, single sign on means if you double click like this, it will automatically get login. There is no need to enter user ID and password. So if it is known as single sign on, then no need to enter user ID and password. Once you are given access to the system, so they will give you single sign on. So single sign on, what will happen? If you double click, it will automatically get signed on. Just double click, that's it. No need to enter user ID and password. Okay, it will automatically get signed on. Provided that they should have already created user ID password. So backend they do something, okay, where they might fix your user ID and password. So the moment you click, double click, it will automatically get signed. No need to again enter user ID and password. That is known as a single sign-on. Without single sign-on means if you double click, this is known as without single sign-on, where I have to enter the user ID and password. Okay. Okay. Now, sometime if you right click like this, then both the option will come here. Okay, let's say if you right click in this server, it is not coming because they have not done that facility. But if you right click, then here both the option will come. Either you want to log in from single sign on or you want to log in without single sign on. So that option now you can choose. Okay, so this is also very important because during some of your conversation they may ask you, or they may communicate and use this word, so you should know. Single sign-on means directly it will get login, and without single sign-on means you have to enter the user ID and password. Is it clear this point?
Yes, sir.
Aruna, is it clear? Single sign-on and without single sign-on?
Yes, Hari.
Okay.
Yes,
Now
Hari.
fourth point, let's say if it is single sign-on, then double click whichever server access you have got. They will tell that what is the user ID created for development system, what is the user ID created for product sandbox system, what is the user ID created for quality system. They will give you. Generally, they will give same user ID for different system. Single user ID they create for all. Okay. And password you can change, it's up to you. So now let's say you double click and it opens like this. So your user ID they will give, let's say right now this is my user ID. Okay, so this is not case sensitive. Case sensitive means I can type either a small letter, I can type as a capital letter, it is no problem because it is not case sensitive. Okay, let's say I can type this as a small p also. It will still work. It will still work. Okay. It is not case sensitive. Small letter type, capital letter type, no problem. But make sure that correct user ID you are typing here. So user ID is not case sensitive. Okay. User ID is not case sensitive. But password is case sensitive. Password will be case sensitive, meaning that if in your password you have given a small letter, then you have to type that small letter. Let's say my password is like this, W capital welcome @123. If this is my password, so I must type W. If it is capital, I must type as a capital letter only. If this E is a small letter, then I must type as a small letter. So that is what known as a case sensitive. So password is a case sensitive. Same, what is your password, you have to type exactly same, small letter, capital letter, a special character, everything you have to type properly. But this is my user ID is not case sensitive. I can type small letter also, I can type capital letter also. Okay. Okay, now let me log in. So this is how login it will appear here. Okay. Give your user ID, give your password and hit enter. Another thing I forgot to tell you, you can give the language also, in which language you want to log in. Okay, if you are comfortable with English, log in English, Japanese, Korean, whatever language you are comfortable, you can log in. Client part I will discuss little later. So these are the some information you have to choose and you have to log in. Once you log in, this is how it looks your screen. Okay, this is how it looks. This screen, see, it is known as a SAP EG Access. Now, there are two screens in SAP EG Access screen. This is used by the end user, or let's say end user screen. End user means your business who do day-to-day accounting posting, who do day-to-day transaction. Those are known as end users. And there is another screen called IMG screen. This screen, IMG screen. This screen is used by the consultant like us. We consultant use IMG screen, SAP consultants. Okay. So there are two screen. One is known as SAP EG screen, another is known as a SAP, IMG screen. So this is known as a SAP EG screen, SAP EG Access screen. So all your business will be using this screen. Okay. From here, they will do the purchase order creation, sales order creation, invoice posting, customer creation, vendor creation, everything they do from this screen. But we consultant use another screen. See, I'll tell you which screen we use. I'm opening another session. I'll teach everything, you don't worry. SPRO reference IMG. Okay, we use this screen. We use IMG screen. So this screen and this screen is different. This is known as SAP EG Access screen and this is known as SAP IMG screen. See SAP IMG. IMG means implementation guide screen. So we consultant, we spend our time in this and user spend their time here. So today we'll focus about the this SAP EG Access screen. Then tomorrow we'll focus on this one. Now in SAP EG Access, there are certain names are given. Okay. So first focus on top, this top one, okay. This top one, you should know what is this area, what is known, this area, what is known, this area, what is known, this area, what is known. Why it is required? It is very, very important. Why? Because during the conversation, let's say Samira is sharing her screen with me and I'm telling, I have two way of telling. I can tell Samira, let's say now Samira cursor is here and I'm telling Samira, please go up, 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 up. So she'll go little up. I'll tell Samira, go still up, up, up. She'll still go here. I'll tell Samira, still go up, up, up. So she'll come here. But actually, I want her to go here. Okay, I want her to go here. So this has certain name. If I tell directly to Samira, Samira, please go to menu bar. Now she knows that this section is known as a menu bar. So she'll directly go here in the menu bar. So if you know the different name of different this area, it become very easy for the communication purpose with the consultant, with the user. So that's the reason you must know each area what they are known. So this area, this menu, edit, favorite, extras, system, help, this is known as a menu bar. Okay, so whenever anybody is telling, can you please put your cursor on the menu bar, so you should remember this area is known as a menu bar. They will tell, please go to favorite in the menu bar. So he is telling, first of all, this is the menu bar and this is the option he is telling. He will tell, please go to extras in the menu bar. So this is the extras in the menu bar. So this option is known as a menu bar. Okay, so let me type here 5 point. Let me type here menu bar. Okay, menu bar means this area. This area is known as a menu bar. Any doubt up to here? Any doubt, guys? Menu bar means?
No, sir.
Hello?
No, sir.
This area is known as a menu bar. This field is known as a command field. This field is known as a command field. Okay? Command field. So if I am talking, let's say Samira is sharing her screen and I'm telling Samira, can you please go to command field? So she should know that which when I'm telling go to command field, she should not here and there, she should not get confused. Where is command? Where is command? She should directly go here. This is known as command field. Okay. So that is how knowing the different area of the SAP EG access screen will help for the communication. Okay. Now this section is known as from here to here. It is known as a standard toolbar. These are known as a standard toolbar. Okay, standard. Okay, again I'm repeating. This section from here to here is known as a standard toolbar. Okay, this is known as a standard toolbar. Now this one from here, this is known as a application toolbar. This is known as a application toolbar. Application toolbar. Okay, so whenever I'm telling Samira, please go to application toolbar. She must go here, not here now. Okay. So why it is required? Whenever you communicate with the user, or let's say consultants are communicating, then you should know when I'm telling Samira, please go to toolbar or go to application toolbar or go to menu bar, she should know where I'm trying her to go. So this helps a lot during the communication either with the user or with any other consultant. Okay. Then this section is known as a SAP EG tree. Okay, it is known as a SAP, or let's say SAP menu bar, we can say. It is SAP menu bar, we can say. Okay, this area, SAP menu bar. SAP menu bar. Okay. Then this part completely below, this part is known as a SAP status. Okay. So these are the some area you can find into the SAP EG access. Okay. These are the some of the area you can find into the SAP EG access. It is very important to know because tomorrow whenever you are communicating with the any other consultant, let's say you have some problem and you are seeking for some help with some other another consultant, and he is asking you to share the screen. While sharing the screen, he is asking you, please go to SAP menu bar, and you don't know where he is telling to go. So it shows that you are really not having proper SAP knowledge. Okay. He is telling, please go to SAP status bar. You are going here, there. Actually, you are supposed to come here. Okay. He is telling that in the SAP status bar, there is something called session manager. It is here, but you are searching here. Where it is session manager here. So it has become problem. It shows that you don't have basic knowledge of SAP. So please know this one. Okay, it's very, very important. Okay, so this many sections are there in the SAP EG screen. Is it okay up to here? Is it clear, everyone? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Hari.
Clear na? No doubt, right?
No doubt.
No doubt.
Okay, so please remember this thing. Okay, I'll send you one screenshot. You can save that screenshot uh, uh, with the proper screenshot I have, so that you can read, you can mm, view sometime what is known what. So you must try to remember the words. This is known as a SAP menu bar. Okay, so one by one you must know what is called SAP, where is, which is SAP menu bar. So this is SAP menu bar. This is your standard toolbar. This is your application bar. This is your command. This is menu. This is status. Okay, so you have to know this one. Okay, so thank you so much. This much today I wanted to teach. Tomorrow I'll teach you this screen, SAP IMG screen, which is used by the consultant. Any question, Samira and Aruna? Samira,
No
Aruna, any
question, sir.
question?
No
Okay,
question,
sure.
sir.
No, Hari.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, bye bye.
All
Thanks a
right.
lot.
Thank you.